This is just so crazy, guys.
Today I will show you my latest project that I have been working on. And it is actually a boat that we converted to an electric drive here. And we still have the diesel engine hooked up to it. And the diesel engine is rated to 300 kilowatts. And the electric motor is rated to 75 kilowatts. And the boat is 11 meters long and 4 meters wide and weigh 30 tons there. So it's, for me at least, a pretty big boat there. And we have used just some standard industrial stuff to it. So that's the special thing with this one. I mean, you can buy a ready-built kit that you just have to install there, but it costs much more than it's worth. So we build our own system with this standard motor, together with this diesel engine, and together with 4 Volkswagen id3 62 kilowatt hours batteries. So a lot of work with those batteries, and with the rest of the boat I have pretty much just done the electric stuff to this boat, and the other guys here have been doing all the mechanical stuff. So really good people that have been working on this boat now for, I think it's a little more than 6 months actually. But anyway, today it's time for the first test drive. We are going to leave the shore here and try it out for the first time in real action. Here we go. Okay, so we are now down in the engine room here. Here is the diesel engine. And this one was rated to 300 kilowatt hours. Not kilowatt hours, 300 kilowatts. And then we have the electric motor here. And that one was rated to 75 kilowatts. And it is driven by this driver here. So this one here is creating AC current with adjustable frequency to this motor. So we can drive it seamlessly from 0 RPM up to 1000 RPM. And this eats both AC current and DC current, but we only feed it with DC current from our batteries. And here is the pre-charge system. So inside here we have a few contactors and some resistors that will pre-charge the drive unit. And then we have the inverter over there. That is a 20 kilowatt so far inverter that creates 220 volts and also 380 volts of 3-phase current. So we can have power to the boat here in an off-grid system, kind of. So we are still doing some work. We are working with the tension to this belt here, and you can see that we have a spare belt behind of this pulley. And all of this is custom built, of course. You cannot buy those stuff. And well, so as you understand there, it is some hours behind of those stuff here. And this is the belt cover, so we don't hurt ourselves when we are down here when the engine is running. So let's go up and take a look at the batteries, and then we are going out to the sea. So here is the hatch that will of course seal up everything when we are out and driving. And right now we are still working on it, so therefore we have those support bars here so we can have this hatch up in the air there. So here you can see the batteries. It's 4 of them, and they are installed on top of each other. So 2 in the rear and 2 in the front here. And they are hooked up in parallel. So each and every battery here has its own BMS hooked up to it. And here is the fuse boxes, and then the cables go down through this one here. So each and every battery are rated to 62 kilowatt hours, and the highest voltage is 450 volts, and we take it down to 360 volts. And hopefully we will have driving time to up to 4 hours at least. So that's what we are going to test today and see how well it performs. And I can tell you right now that it is going to be pretty noisy. It's actually a pretty bad noise from the electric motor there. But anyway, here is the batteries, and we also have the cooling system, of course, to the batteries, and that is over here. So there you have the cooling pipes and all the connections to it. And let's go down and take a look at the cooling system itself. So here you can see the pipes from the cooling system going through there, and then we have the heat exchanger down there. And we just realized that we have to raise the motor up around 15 millimeters because the belt is a little too long, and we did just test it and it was slipping all the time. So we are going to be a little delayed here.
Den ska fram till... Det är 44 nästan, ja, inte riktigt. Den ska fram 1,5 millimeter det. Ja. Det var det jag gjorde. Nu kanske det inte går bara för att den är där. Det är bara att istället. Och så är det en tumstock. Oj jävlar. 250, 260. Men hur mycket har du där från den? Som man såg innan där. Det var stått innan det fastnade första gången där. Så jag var tvungen att banka lite så kan det bli så. Men det är fastning, den kommer inte slira. Fy fan, fick värma i fan över 100 grader.
Alright guys, it's time to start this system up, so we can see how it works. We will first start up all the cooling pumps and the hydraulic pumps, and then we take the electric motor.
Det är alltid så att varför det är rörigt. Det är att det är, vad heter det? Vidskåplighet. Man städar inte och tar undan verktygen förrän man har provkört. Det är för rörigt. Och det är sån här. Jag har alltid det. Jag har ju då liksom ajamän, och så typ har man bara städar och packar, sitter i bilen. Ja, då vet vad man än tror är världens enklaste grej. Så
det är något som skiter sig.
Aldrig. Aldrig.
So what he tries to say here is that never clean before you have done the first test drive, because that means bad luck. That's just the way it is. So that's why it looks pretty messy here. So now the cooling pumps for the batteries are on, and we are going to start the pitch pump so we can adjust the pitch for the propeller. And I will now tell my friend David here to turn on the power. Okay, power on! So there is the pitch pump. And it is turning. And it is really noisy down here. Here we have full RPM. And I have to say that it looks really good. So right now we are having a load at around 40%, and you can see here that we are actually moving some water here. So it's plenty of power. This is just so crazy, guys. Try to take a look at these numbers here. Here is the temperatures of the battery cells or modules. So I will soon shift to another battery just to check those temp sensors. And it works just perfectly so far. Great! Okay guys, we are back in shore again, and I have to say that I have always been impressed over electric power, but now I am even more impressed. This was so much more power than I had expected, so it's just fantastic. So we are going to be here in shore and have the power set to about 50% and just move some water and see how everything is working out here. So we will just have it like this in about 30 minutes or so, just to check the tension of the belt and also some temperatures and other stuff, of course. I'm not sure if you can hear me because it's very loud here. So let's take a last look at the motor itself here. The limitation is not the engine, it's not the batteries, it is actually the belt there, and that is a very strong belt, but the moment on this motor is so high, so it slips when we raise the power up to around 80%, and we can pull it all the way up to 150% if we override, or I don't know, David can that, and he says that we can adjust the frequency and have much more power out of that motor than it's rated for a short time, of course. Hopefully I will do more videos about this project here. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that I see you next time. Take care and goodbye.